Hi guys, Diane here. I actually want to spend a little bit of time talking to you today about what or how you use freelancers, how you use contractors, how you use the gig economy to grow your business. Because I was in New York recently and I did a speaking presentation on how to build systems and run small businesses like real businesses. And we got a little bit off track in the conversation as we were talking about how big the gig economy had gotten or is going to get in the future. And one of the members or one of the participants in my presentation um, actually said that they'd read a report that said that the gig economy is going to be about 50% of our actual economy by 2025. That is a huge number, and this is a huge pool of resources that you as a business owner can tap into as you grow and develop your business. But what I see a lot with business owners is that they're not sure what resources that they need at certain levels and then how to actually use these resources within their business. So the first place you're going to start out is when you're just getting started, right? You're growing, you're trying to pull in new business, you're trying to sell more of your product, you're trying to generate revenue. So in this instance, the gig economy and freelancers and contractors and virtual resources are really helpful in terms of project work, right? There's probably some big rocks that you have on your to-do list that will just sit there and eat up your time, and will kind of like weigh a little heavily on your consciousness as you kind of try to push forward and build your business. Things like the examples of this might be your website. It might be an email automation sequence. It might be graphic design components. These are all great things that you can outsource to a freelancer or to a contractor because it has a definite end result, especially when you're in this growth startup phase of your business. Because of that definite end result, you know exactly what you want to get, and you can kind of push it off and delegate it really easily to someone who knows that field and just kind of cross it off of your to-do list, right? When you move into the next phase of your business and you're actually bringing in sales, you have clients, your product is selling, and you're more focused on ramping up those sales, really getting those systems tight so that you can really start to bring in massive cash flow, and increase your cash flows. You're probably looking more for ongoing part-time support. And the way that you would use contractors or freelancers in this way is that you would probably have someone that you want to offload a number of ongoing repetitive tasks to. This is where you're going to bring in your virtual assistant that is going to be working with you on an ongoing but part-time basis, right? This is where you're going to have people on your team. This is where you're actually starting to develop a team instead of having just continuous freelancers who are doing one-off jobs for you. And as you develop your team and you have this ongoing part-time support, you're going to start handing off things that are just repetitive within your business. You're going to probably hand off a lot more administrative work. This is where you're going to start, putting in sales systems for people to execute on your team. This is where your marketing will become a little bit more of a process, and you can outsource it to someone who's part-time and can execute it on an ongoing basis. That's how you're going to use a virtual contract or a freelance resource as you kind of ramp up your business. Once you get to kind of this ramp up place where you're making decent cash flow, right? You have a lot of maybe contractors who are either supporting you on a part-time ongoing basis, or you have a number of freelancers who are completing projects for you. Then you need a little bit of a different resource in order to really continue to grow your business. What I see with a lot of people is that at this level, where they have a number of resources, where they have a number of contractors, where they're parceling out pieces of work, where they have a number of part-time support people, it really becomes cumbersome for them to become a manager. And this is when you're going to bring in someone who is probably more of a manager for you, someone who can run the operational side of your business, someone who can manage your team. And again, this doesn't have to be a full-time person. This doesn't have to be, someone that you're bringing onto your company as a full-time employee. You can still use virtual or contract resources for this type of role, but you're shifting the need and the role from someone who's actually going to be executing and doing work for you and completing tasks for you to someone who is going to be managing your business for you so that you can either stay in your genius zone and do more of what you enjoy doing within your business, whether that's coaching, consulting, developing new products, new courses, or you want to continue to pursue bigger opportunities. I've seen a lot of clients who've done this, like start to pursue speaking or courses or creating coaching programs after their primary business has been settled and they've kind of handed over the day-to-day operations to a manager who's overseeing their underlying contract resources. So I hope this gives you a little bit of a primer on how you can actually use the gig economy, how you can use freelancers, how you can use contractors and virtual workers within your business. As you're starting up, you probably just need freelancers who are going to do one-off projects for you. As you're ramping up, that's when you're going to use part-time ongoing support resources. And then as you get to that stage where you're starting to look for ways to, really pursue the avenues that you want to pursue, that's where you're going to look for a resource who is more of a manager instead, so that you can be the CEO. So those are the three ways that you can really quickly leverage your freelance resources and this huge pool of talent that's going to be coming into the economy. So I hope this was helpful for you and you grow your business. And if you have any questions or you want to talk about what resources you might need in your business, feel free to drop me a line. I always love talking with you guys. So until next time, this is Diane. Thanks. Bye.